What's up guys, Brendan Hancock here with another episode of Groove Subaru today. And today we brought along two Outbacks here, both 2.5i Limiteds, but one is a 2017 and one's a 2018. So today we're gonna talk a little bit about some of the differences and changes that have been made for 2018. So first thing we're gonna talk about, so this is the 2018. They're the same trim level, same option package. All the features for the most part are relatively similar. Now, one thing we're gonna see here right up on the front, a lot of the front fascia as well as the bottom bumper here have changed a little bit. So we'll notice here on the grille, on the 2017, each one of these little, I do not know the technical term, but little pieces of metal slash plastic over here are all the same size, kind of similar design here, even the one that has the Subaru logo here. Now on the 2018, to kind of emphasize the logo a little bit, kind of similar to what we're seeing on the grille of the Forester, is that this one in particular is chrome and it's a little bit, sort of kind of makes the logo pop out just a little bit more, kind of gives it a bird wingy sort of look to it, which is kind of cool. So that's one of the changes we see on the front. Also a little bit revised headlight design. Now we do have on the 2018, we finally do have the LED steering responsive headlights. So previously we just had the steering responsive fog lights. The headlights were only going to be for the Forester and the 2017 Impreza as well. Now if we do take a look here on the bottom part of the bumper here, you see a little bit more black kind of. We don't have that two-tone contrast here like we did on the 2017. So my assumption here is it's a little bit cheaper material here for cost savings, but also is going to give you a little bit more protection for the bottom parts. If you are taking it sort of in those inclement weather situations or a light off-roading kind of situations, it's better to have a little bit more easy to replace part than something that has a bunch of different parts on it. So that's one of the things I love about my Xterra. Those bumpers are plastic. I scuff them up, doesn't matter. So that's pretty much it here for the front. If we take a look here on the headlight design, or not the headlight, I'm sorry, on the side mirror design, that's a little bit revised here. So same kind of idea and everything, but on the 2018s, we've got a little bit more of the Impreza look for the side mirrors here. So a little bit thinner on the turn signal. And we're also gonna see, since these do have the blind spot detection, we are gonna see that on the inside of the mirror. Makes it a little bit easier for you to see, so you don't have to constantly turn your head over. You can see it sort of out of the peripherals, which makes it a little bit safer. Keeping your eyes on the road is what we want. So in terms of the front, that's pretty much most of what you're gonna see. A lot of the changes for 2018 are gonna be on the inside. However, one thing you may notice here, both of these vehicles do have EyeSight. However, for 2018, they've got an optional, I think it's a mirror basically. So it's like I think how they phrase it is you can get a auto-dimming thin mirror that does not have that third camera there for the high beam assist. So you can actually get it where it's built in to the other cameras for the high beam assist. So the 2017, you can see that third camera in the front. On the 2018, that has gone away with. It is optional, however, so you may still see some 2018s that do have that. Now let's take a look at the back. Now as for the backs of the vehicles, not a lot has changed from 2017 to 2018. On the sides, literally entirely the same except for those side mirrors that we talked about, as well as a little bit of a modification in the wheel design. You can see a little bit from 2017 to 2018, definitely keeping the same idea there, just making some mild changes to make it a little bit different. But in terms of the back, everything here is going to be the same. As I mentioned previously, I did say that the backup cameras now do have the trajectory for 2018, so that's a very, very nice feature to have. But in terms of the back, the only thing I've actually seen any difference on, obviously this one is a hitch, but on the bumper here, on the very bottom, you can see here on the middle, it kind of comes out on the side so that the corners are a little bit lower. Now, if you take a look over here on the 2018s, it doesn't really do that. It stays flat all the way across. This is gonna give you better approach angles if you're going into light off-roading situations, so it's a slight improvement on the off-road capabilities of the 2018 Outback. Now let's take a look on the inside of the car and see all the changes they've made for 2018. Now welcome to the inside of the 2018 Outback. So a lot of the changes that have been made from 2017 to 2018 are gonna be on the inside of the car. So one thing you guys may have noticed already, gray leather. Yes, we finally have gray leather as an option, just to give us a little bit of extra choice. So I do like that. It is only gonna be available on certain colors, and we will still have the ivory, black, and brown as well available, but it's nice to see some additional options. Not gonna show dirt quite as much as the ivory, so I do like that as an option for us. Now you will see here over on the door as well, we do have some additional stitching. It appears that this kind of pattern here with the gray is taken almost directly from the Legacy Sport, if you guys have seen it. Now that would be on cloth, but it looks very similar to that if you have seen that before. So that stitching pattern does carry throughout here on into the interior, so we do have a lot of the dash stitching. We've seen that in other makes and models. We also have seen that on the limited Impreza as well. But one other thing on the door that we do have is the automatic lock and unlock. So If the doors are locked and you hit the unlock here, those will unlock for you. And then also as you start driving as well, the doors will lock automatically. So that's actually been something that customers have asked for a long time, in saying that, you know, their other cars from 10 years ago have done it, why aren't we? And I've never had a solid answer. But now I finally have to say we do have it. So that's wonderful. I do like that. Now, as we come on into the inside, not too many changes over here in terms of the button placement. I see a slightly modified design. It looks like they're a little bit smaller, possibly to resemble those of the Crosstrek and Impreza. But in terms of placement, features, what's actually located over here, it's just things for the liftgate, the memory height, and also to turn traction control off and certain features of EyeSight off as well. Now, as for the steering wheel, I love the new steering wheel. This is entirely new, 3-spoke design, absolutely love it. It's much smaller and also has a little bit of a shorter, you know, steering ratio as well. So it's a little bit tighter kind of in the steering, which I like. We do have a little bit of the black piano key carryover from the Touring Outback actually, and also the design and placement of the actual keys and everything is resembling exactly what we're seeing on the Impreza and also on the 18 Crosstrek as well. So that kind of this is not on the global platform, but the cars that are on there already, such as the Impreza and the Crosstrek, we're seeing a lot of those things carry over into the new cars, even though they're not on the platform yet. So we're gonna see tons of similarities, I think, throughout once all the cars are on there, which is gonna be really, really great. Now, as for the headlights and wipers, everything there seems to be the same, although as I mentioned, we got rid of that third camera on this one, which is a new optional feature for 2018 Outbacks. Now, as we take a look at the center stack here, there's a lot of changes that have been made for the 2018 Outback. We are gonna have the 8-inch touchscreen infotainment system. It is gonna come with Apple CarPlay as well as Android Auto. This is the 8-inch screen. Even the 6.5-inch screen available in the base Outback is gonna have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, meaning that you can have navigation on a base Outback. Mind-boggling, I love it. Other cool things, we do have a new button here called Car Info. It gives you some cool driving statistics, and it has a tiltometer as well to kind of tell you how, you know, forward and backward and tilting you are. We have the average MPGs and fuel economy, and even a new maintenance feature which allows you to directly call the dealership once you have the phone paired and have programmed that. So that's very, very cool. I do like that feature. Navigation's awesome. Voice activation works flawlessly. You can just immediately say navigate to, and it works very, very well, which I do like. It's full touchscreen just like it was previously, and also gives you the nice changing of the view and things options that you had previously as well. Overall, I think it's a great, great infotainment system. Much larger, you can see there. It's an 8-inch screen, where previously we only had the 7-inch screen in the limited 2017 we've got next to us. Other than that, a couple things I like here. The bottom is entirely different. We've got the clock over here, much larger font for the clock, which is really important. We also have that available right in front of us here in the multifunction display, which is great. But I like the digital temperature reads here that are inside the knobs. We've got 4 knobs here, one for volume, for tunes, and then also for each one of the temperatures. In terms of the buttons that are actually down here, things do exactly the same thing. They just kind of have a different design to it. The thing I like the most, though, is this kind of titanium outlining here. So we've got a lot of that black piano key stuff, but this titanium outlining really makes it seem like it's all one singular unit here, almost like the Tesla pad, how that's all one big thing. This is not. I mean, it's an 8-inch screen, but it gives it that kind of feel, making it seem much larger, which I really, really do like there. So down here, everything's pretty much the same. We've got some black piano key here, which is a little bit different. But other than that, parking brake, X mode, and hill holder are all exactly the same. Let's go take a look at the back, shall we? In the back of the Outback, this has always been a really, really spacious cabin back here for passengers. I'm sitting behind myself. I'm 6'1", and I've got roughly 5 to 6 inches of legroom here, and about 2 to 3 inches of headroom as well. I'm wearing a hat, but still, my guess, 2 to 3 inches. We do also still have the reclining rear seats. Goes back about 15 degrees, does make it very, very comfortable for the passengers back here. We've got 2 cup holders here, also some pockets on the back on both sides. Now, this being the limited, we do have the vents in the back, but new for 2018, we've got 2 USB outlets back here to charge phones for the kids. So really, really nice feature. We have been asking for that for some time, so really great to see Subaru actually throw that in. So very, very well done, Subaru. We appreciate the fine little details that are making a huge difference in the 2018 Outback. So thank you guys so much for watching. We really appreciate it. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed what you've seen today. If you haven't done so already though, please do make sure to subscribe. And if you guys have questions, don't hesitate to leave them in the comment section below and we'll get back to you. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time on Groove Subaru Today. Take care.